Dhanava pranams to all the devotees. Jai Śrīla Gurudeva. It is my great delight to announce the beginning of Śrīla Gurudev's Prabandha vali series. Some of these articles have been published before in The Harmonist, online in different places, or on Big Drum. But now we are starting right from the beginning, chronologically going forward. These are all the writings of Śrīla Gurudeva that appeared in Sri Gauḍīya Patrikā and Bhāgavata Patrikā from 1950 onwards. Right from the very beginning of Sri Gauḍīya Patrika's launch in 1949, Pandit Shri Sajjan Sevak Brahmachari, Pandit Shri Radhanath Das Adhikari, and Pandit Shri Gaur-Narayan Das Adhikari have been there serving together, writing articles together, and they carried out this service for many, many years, as long as they were with us. While Śrīla Gurudeva may have written some preaching reports in the first year of Sri Gauḍīya Patrika, his name doesn't actually appear until the second year, in which he is writing a letter to Param Gurudev about the passing of Sri Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu. So that's what we'll be reading from today. I'd like to extend special gratitude to Sriman Sundar Gopal Prabhu for his initial research and involving numerous devotees in doing the first draft translations of these articles and tirelessly encouraging me in serving Śrīla Gurudeva for many years now. And I owe special thanks to the Rays of the Harmonist team for their constant encouragement, advice, and support. So the first part of this installment was published previously in Rays of the Harmonist. So I'm not going to read this out. Devotees may already be familiar with it, and they can read it again here. I've made some edits to the translation of the letter that Śrīla Gurudeva wrote to Śrīla Param Gurudev in Bengali. I've changed it to match the format of the Bengali letter, where they had certain sentences in bold, and how it was all one continuous paragraph. The next part of this installment is Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja's poem, which is very special because within it he discreetly glorifies Śrīla Gurudeva. In addition to glorifying Sripad Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu, he discreetly glorifies Śrīla Gurudeva in a very beautiful and sweet way. I find it thrilling to see how Śrīla Gurudeva, Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja, and Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Bhāman Goswami Maharaj were serving always together as a perfect team, as a unit. I believe the surrounding material above and below Gurudev's letter was written by Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Bhāman Goswami Maharaj, who was the prakashak or publisher at the time. And then Śrīla Gurudev's letter is followed up by Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja's poem. Madbhakta Pujabhyadika. The worship of my devotee is greater than my own. Srimad Bhāgavatam, 11th Canto, 19th Chapter, verse 21. Shune chinu shastrite yei mahavani, dekinai kabutar nitya chabikhani. I have heard this grand statement in scripture, but never have I seen its eternal depiction. Nayana bhariya bhai dekhinu ebar, Prabhu britya dasa dasya adbhuta vyapar. Now I have seen it, brother, to my eyes fill. Master and servant, and service to the servant are wondrous affairs. Seva kera sebya seva, nahe chamatkar, ativa madurayaha, sevaka sevar. The servant serving one who is to be served is not astonishing, but how exceedingly sweet is service to the servant. Bhaya chakshe maya mai, kintu maya apar, vishuddha bhimukha bhati, vishuddha bistar. Externally, to the eyes, illusory, but actually beyond illusion. Radiance of the immaculate plane, immaculately expanding. He Prabhu Anaṅga-mohana sartaka tava naam, vajradapi kathora jai sartaka tava kam. O Master Anaṅga-mohana, worthy is your name, conqueror of one who is harsher than a thunderbolt. Worthy is your desire. Suchandra badane hasi sevara anande bhasi, harana karecho sebyaman. Kirtane madhura kanta, avatari shivai kunta, tushileko hridaya radhanam. With a beautiful moon-like face, carried away in the bliss of service, you have stolen the mind of the object of your service. In kirtan, with your sweet voice, you caused Sri Vaikunta to incarnate. You pleased the treasure of our hearts. Prabhura Shri Anga Seva Ananga Janiya Jeba Nitya Kala Karile Sadhan Adarsha Hayya Rabe Ama Sabaridhi Maje Shikhaite Shri Guru Sevanam. Whoever knows the service of the Master's Anga, limbs or disciples, to be Ananga, incorporeal or transcendental, and strives thus eternally, will become exemplary, remaining in all our hearts to teach service to Sri Guru. Gurudeva manobhishta sadhite paramayishta bharile beadi bhayankar shikhale sharanagati sharanga paramasati bhakatera nitya sahachara. To fulfill Gurudev's innermost desire was his ultimate ambition. Bore a fearsome illness he did, teaching surrender, sixfold, the supreme chastity, the eternal companion of the devotee. Tomar sadguna jatayami vaboli bokoto, ihamatra kari nibedanam. Jeguni hayya vasha prabhu gai bhritya jasha, karnatar kari akinchan. How many of your virtues can I articulate? All I request is this, the qualities which compel the Master to sing the servant's fame. I long for just a particle of that. Sri Radhanath Das Adhikare, or Sri Bhaktivedanta Trivikrama Mahārāja. I believe that Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja is discreetly glorifying Śrīla Gurudeva in this. Prabhu Shri Anga Seva Ananga Janiya Jeva. I believe the use of jeva usually means whosoever. So, if he was just referring to Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu, he wouldn't have used this particular word here. But in order to refer to Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu and his service of Param Gurudev, but also to Gurudev and his service of Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu, Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja has written this very beautiful sutra that really encapsulates the power of serving the devotee, and he glorifies Gurudev for doing this, stating quite plainly that he has made himself exemplary by rendering this service, and that he will therefore live in the hearts of all of Srila Param Gurudev's disciples for serving someone who is so dear to Param Gurudev, and teaching them how to really serve Sri Guru. So I believe this is one of the earliest glorifications of Śrīla Gurudeva in print by none other than the wonderful, mysterious, sometimes controversial Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj. And in fact, the next verse could also be referring to Śrīla Gurudeva. In fact, the more I look at it, the more I think it is referring to Gurudev almost entirely. Gurudeva manobhishta sadhite parama ishta barile beadi bhayankar. Bharana means to choose, so barile, who chose a bhayankar, a fearsome beadi, disease, who chose to submit themselves to that risk, was Śrīla Gurudev, to fulfill his Gurudev's manobhishta, to sadhite, to achieve that parama ishta, that supreme goal. But at the same time, he must also be referring to Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu and his sickness as also some sort of surrender. unless this is all about Gurudev's service, actually. Shikale Sharanagati Sharanga Paramasati Bhagatera Nitya Sachar. So that would mean that these two verses are mainly glorifying Gurudev. But then the last one is coming back to Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu, because the rest of the song is about Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu. So it's a very mysterious poem, this one, where I believe Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja has woven in glorifications of both Anaṅga-mohana Prabhu and Śrīla Gurudev all together in a really beautiful way. All glories to Śrīla Gurudev, all glories to Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj and Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. All glories to the Vaishnavas, all glories to Param Gurudev, all glories to Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and our Rupanuga Gauḍīya Guru Varga. Thank you. Hare Krishna.